All right, what's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. First and Giants here. If you missed it, go check on Giants.com or YouTube for New York Giants. They put out episode 1, part 1 of the NFL draft. This first episode focused primarily on Penn State defensive end and linebacker Abdul Carter, the Giants' number 3 overall pick in this year's draft class. They showed him leading up to the draft, the meetings, the combine, pro day visits, as well as getting drafted and the days after. During their interview with the top 30 prospects, Abdul Carter comes into the room. He is greeted by defensive coordinator Shane Bowen. He is greeted by head coach Brian Daboll, general manager Joe Schoen, assistant general manager Brandon Brown, and John Mara, and some coordinators, some linebackers coaches were in there as well. They asked him a couple questions, what it felt like playing at Penn State, and how did he like Giants tight end Theo Johnson. Joe Schoen, the general manager, mentioned, we got Theo, how is it playing with him at Penn State? And Abdul Carter said, we had our battles, but, at the end of the day, we said we respect each other. I'm happy for him, and I'm excited to be his teammate along those lines. And then he just slipped in right at the end, before they went on to the next topic. He said, well, we got unfinished business. I'm going to see him at practice. And everyone's like, ooh. So clearly, these guys must have had battles in practice, in camp, at spring games at Penn State, their entire career there. One's a defensive end, one's a tight end. They probably lined up often in front of one another. So I'm sure they got into their little battles at camp, and these guys clearly, they even asked Theo Johnson today. Giants rookies finally reported. They interviewed Theo Johnson and gave his thoughts on Abdul Carter. He says, he's a great player. I think he's going to be a really good player in this league. And that was it. But he kind of got that tone in his voice of I hate this fucking guy. And it seemed like Abdul Carter kind of felt the same way when he was during his interview with Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll. He kind of gave off the feeling he's good and all, we were teammates, but I fucking hate this guy. So, again, teammates, they're going to have battles, they're going to have history, especially in college. Maybe one played at Bama, one played at LSU, Ohio State, Michigan. They might not like each other for the 2 to 3 years and 4 years they played against one another in college, so it makes sense that it might be tough growing pains to start out when you are once college rivals, now your NFL teammates. But these guys, they definitely do not like each other. Practice and training camp should be interesting. The guys are going to go at it. Let me know your thoughts. As always, let's go G-Men.